Hi everyone, Mike Barmundi here from IGEL. Just wanted to say hello to all of you out there at the CUGC XL, one of my favorite events. Let's just jump into it really quick. I'm going to switch over really quick to a screen share so that we can talk a little bit more about what this looks like. So as you can see here, these are really the places where IGEL and Citrix work so well together, right? If we're talking about workplace challenges like moving to WVD or moving from Windows 7 or even device as a service, right? Like a PC refresh, anything with Office or as they call it now, Microsoft 365, mergers and acquisitions, secure remote workplace, the combination of IGEL and Citrix really makes a big difference, right? If we start with WVD, Citrix does a great way to secure and optimize the WVD experience with Citrix Cloud, making sure that you can manage everything and do those things so succinctly. And IGEL really comes and helps out, right? We really are a premier partner for that Linux endpoint to really create a cohesive story end to end. Another one I want to highlight is how we can reduce TCO, right? The total cost of ownership for you by really helping to understand the challenge that you're facing today, really the move to more of an operational budget, which this pandemic has really accelerated. And then digital transformation things, right? Things like moving to Office 365, mergers and acquisitions, the stuff that's always been hard that are now made harder. So as you all may know, one of the benefits of IGEL is that we're an operating system that could be run on almost any form factor. Again, here's this little device. I'm going to switch video and show you exactly how this works. So I'm going to move over to my webcam here, my other camera. I have a whole full-fledged movie studio here, right? All right. So here I'm on a Windows device, an old Windows PC. It's actually an old Dell Latitude 6430. So all your veterans out there, you're probably like, wow, that thing is old, and it is, right? So imagine you're a work from home user. This is your device. Maybe it's your personal device, but you want to actually work securely with Citrix remotely and IGEL. So I'm just going to quickly restart this device, and then you can configure the device how you'd like. You can either hit a hotkey or have users hit a hotkey to actually do this, or you can do it yourself. Here I'm just going to quickly, just to ensure that the demo goes smoothly, right? Just go ahead and choose my IGEL device. Again, you can see we can do legacy or UEFI. Go ahead and click that, and you can see up in a second that the IGEL workspace will load. So one of the coolest things here is that, again, you're using a small USB form factor that's really accelerating the adoption, security, and cost of running your application securely at the edge and your desktops. Citrix does such an amazing job, right, of ensuring how these applications can run remotely, how they can run securely, and IGEL really becomes the enabler for that, right? It takes that last mile of what you're doing with Citrix, and it really takes it all the way into how users use it every day. So you can see here, based on the video, I'm actually into my Citrix Workspace, my IGEL, I should say desktop with my Citrix Workspace showing. So what I'm going to show you now is I'm going to share my screen again, and I'm going to show you exactly how this works from the IGEL end. So I'm going to share my entire screen, and I'm going to go back to what we call our UMS, which is our management plane. I'm going to show you exactly how this looks. So right here, I'm going to quickly right-click, and I'm going to shadow this device. So this is a great way for your support teams or whatnot to actually support users remotely. So you can see it's pulling up there, right? You could probably see it on my video as well. But now I actually have virtual access via VNC, securely tunneled from this cloud-based management plane of IGEL back into the device, right? Your Citrix work plane is still going to work the same. This is just mainly an IGEL way of supporting an end user. If they have a problem, you can remote in very quickly. So really quick here, I'm just going to double click on my Citrix Workspace. This is connected to the Citrix demo cloud, so it should pull up my applications relatively quickly in just a moment. And then you'll be able to see that I can work away and quickly log in, right, with just a couple minutes of plugging in this USB device and then getting rolling. So a very quick and easy way to get things going. So you can see here, boom, there's all my applications. So I can run these and whatnot in a very secure manner, depending on what's given to me by your IT departments. So a very cool use case. So at this point, right, as a user, right, you can see me. I'm moving the mouse around remotely on the mouse pad with the laptop next to me, right? So showing user interaction as well as I can do it here on my screen. So when I'm done, I'll quickly swap. I'll stop sharing. I'll swap back to the video really quickly. You can see here, when I'm done, I can just pull this out. So you can see it turn off, right? And then I can just quickly boot back up and it'll actually go right back into Windows. So right, the user experience of how this works is so clean. It works so well, and it really completes that story between working from anywhere with Citrix and how well that Citrix works, all the way down to, hey, what device do you have? You know what? You can pretty much use any device at this point. A major announcement that IGEL broke back in January is the inclusion of running on an NCOmputing device. So if you aren't familiar with this, this is actually a Raspberry Pi wrappered in a company called NCOmputing that supports it from an enterprise level, right? So I know that Raspberry Pi has been a hot topic for a lot of companies that are wanting to save money on the device aspect. They wanted something like a Raspberry Pi, but maybe they wanted something that they could support, right? That a little bit more support oomph behind it when it comes to actually deploying those. So NComputing partnered with IGEL, and now we can actually run for the first time ever, right? Drum roll, please. NComputing on Raspberry Pi. That'll be available very shortly, and you'll be able to run this in your environment along with almost virtually any x86 device. So you have that ability to repurpose a current x86 device, like maybe expensive desktops or laptops, and now you have the ability to bring in new cost-effective devices like the NComputing Raspberry Pi device. So again, thank you all for your time. Enjoy the CUGC, and we'll talk soon. Thank you.